Let's go. Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is Beth Hope. She is the owner, executive confidence coach, and MBTI practitioner at And Hope, where she is helping you build authentic confidence, a constructive mindset, and helping you to find balance. I am so excited to have this conversation. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Beth.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Oh, you're welcome. And for those watching, before we go any further, if you're watching this from any location that is outside of our free community, I just want to personally invite you inside. It's taken me a very long time to cultivate such a positive group of people who want to see each other succeed. So if that is kind of what you've been missing in these times we're in, come and join us by clicking the link either above or below and watch this inside there. Now, Beth, what was life like before you got into coaching? What was the catalyst that brought you into the space?
So my career beforehand, I had quite a varied corporate career. I was an event manager in central London for a good few years and then moved into human resources, into HR, because I really wanted to follow that passion for helping people to learn, grow, develop. And I discovered coaching in that and was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. And I think the catalyst, so 2017 was quite a tough year, big year for me. A lot of personal changes and professional changes as well, and a lot of work on myself, my mindset, my core. And I got to the end of that year and I wasn't happy in the job that I was doing. And so I thought, I know exactly what I want to do. I want to help people to doing what I've done on myself, to grow, to create that balance, of that authentic confidence, that happiness. So I handed in my notice and started my own business in end of 2017. Yeah. And so that's what I've been doing since then.
Nice. Let me ask you this question. So, there's a lot of different things that people might be struggling with. What is the main thing that people generally are struggling with when they come to work with you?
It's quite a variety of things. So I work with a range of people kind of across businesses, different seniorities and sectors. I think the underlying thing is that authentic confidence. And I always stress the word authentic because it's about bringing out themselves and not trying to push people into being one certain way. I think confidence as a word is kind of overused a lot, and people don't take time to think about what it means truly to them. And so it's, if you're slightly more an introverted person, if you're a more extroverted person, fantastic. Let's actually be able to use that in your life, in your career, to manage people effectively, to seek out those promotions, to actually go for the career path you want. Whatever age you are, whatever stage of life you're at, find that balance, find that relationship, kind of make all of that work, as well as then being able to go with life's ups and downs. Life is unpredictable, but we have control over ourselves. We have control over our mind to an extent. So how can we maximize that? How can we ride that wave of life and emotion?
Let me ask you this question. So you said, confidence looks different for everybody. Can you either paint a picture of like the different types of confidence for?
Yeah, I think I've had, before I work with someone, I'll always ask them what it means to them. And that's always a really interesting conversation, because sometimes I've had conversations where it just in general life as well, where people will describe someone that they know, that they see as confident, and the words that typically come out are kind of loud and annoying and, always speaking, or, just being able to walk into a room and not be scared or anything like that. And that you have to peel back quite a bit, because, if you think anyone can walk into a room and not be scared, you don't know what's going on in their head. You're only seeing the outside. And then if you're using words like, oh, this person at work is confident, they're always talking and they're a bit much, and then you say, well, do you actually want to be like that? And they're like, no, that's not me. And it's like, okay, right, let's peel that back again and think, what is you authentically? Are you someone who needs a little bit more time to think internally before expressing yourself? Fantastic. Okay, let's think about how we can maximize that, how we can utilize that to be your best self, and also sometimes being able to have the confidence to say in a meeting, in a discussion with a friend, in a relationship, I just need to take a little bit of time to reflect. I will come back to you, or can we pick this back up, tomorrow, later, in an hour, whatever it is. But actually being able to communicate how we're working and what we need, as well as being able to respond to other people. So it's a little bit different for everyone, but it's kind of giving everyone the same foundations to know themselves and also be able to communicate that. And those are the kind of the big things.
Right now, we're kind of in this interesting time where some people are in quarantine, some people are out, some people are coming back
Yeah.
in. Maybe what's been one of your biggest takeaways from the quarantine time that we're in?
I think from this time, a lot of people have obviously gone through a lot of tragedy, in grief in that way, but also uncertainty in work. And I think there's going to be some more uncertainty to come. I think my biggest takeaway, and I think whenever we get confronted with these kinds of situations where we get reminded we don't have as much control as maybe we think we do over life, is to come back to what's important. What are your values? What actually makes you happy in life? Is it things like making a little cup of coffee and having a chat with your mom for 10 minutes every day? Is it being able to help people through something just by being there? What is it that's actually fulfilling us to our core, when you take away all the noise of everyday life, of commuting, of being busy, of constant social engagements? Take all that away, and what is left, and how can you build those things back as we start to get back to a little bit more of normality, whatever that looks like and whatever's left to come. But how can you build that back constructively whilst actually keeping your core values and your fulfillment at the forefront?
Interesting. That's cool. Here's an interesting question. So, kind of like a definition. A lot of people say the word happy, but I think happiness means something totally different like, is happiness like
For sure.
feeling? Is it like a state of, is like joy where you're always feeling that, or?
I think, yeah, I agree. Like confidence, resilience, happiness, success, they're words we use all the time without thinking. For me, happiness is that contentment, that constantness. It kind of intertwines with confidence and resilience and success. All of these things are around knowing that all you can control is yourself, knowing that life does go up and down, to enjoy the ups, and also be able to know that even if you're going through maybe more of a down period, it will be okay. You can keep going. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Not every day is sunshine, but the sun is always there, even if it's a cloudy day. And so it's kind of that resilient mindset, on that constructive mindset of, it's okay, I'm not okay today, but I know myself, and I know maybe my little tips and tricks and what I need to do to help bring myself back. What can I control in this situation? What can't I control? It's quite a stoic thought process. And the things that I can't control, how can I be okay with that, and how can I kind of let that go, so I'm not wasting my energy on trying to control things that I can't. Let's come back. Simplicity, deep breathing, and let's take one baby step forward today.
Just kind of thinking about, things we can control. Do you have any new projects that you've been working on that you'd like to share?
So the work that I do kind of every day in and out is working with people on an individual level, one-on-one, to coach them with something. And that's what I love to do. I also partner with some businesses, and that's something that I'm looking to increase. to do, employee well-being or coach several people. So that's kind of my bread and butter and what I'm continuing with.
Nice. If someone wants to just either learn more about you or connect with you further, where can they go?
Sure. So you can find me on LinkedIn under Beth Hope. And I'm also on Instagram, which is And Hope Life Coaching. And then there's my website, which is andhope.co.uk.
Nice. I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for coming on and just sharing with us a little bit about yourself.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I hope it's been helpful and look forward to connecting further.
Excellent. Yeah, you're welcome. And for those watching, this is kind of why we do this, because it's always great to be able to meet new people, and you never know exactly who is going to be able to help you in the future. Oftentimes, maybe in these times where we might feel isolated. So it's great to be able to be around people that are actually trying to build and trying to move forward and help people out in their life. So if that's what you've been kind of striving for, come and join us by clicking the link either above or below. We'd love to see you inside the community. Now, bonus question, Beth.
Sure.
What, as we kind of look towards the future, what does the vision look like for you in your life for as far down the road you like to think or talk about?
So for me, I think it's always really important to have those longer term goals, but also come back to the present and not get too caught up in that, especially as, we never know exactly what's coming. So my goal in life, which it has been and which it will continue to be, is to do fulfilling work every day, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And family and my relationships are hugely important. They're my heart and core. So continuing to have a healthy balance of helping people in a fulfilling way and keep going with my relationships and family that I have. And that's going to keep hopefully going, whatever the weather and whatever the world decides to throw at us next.
Yeah. That's really great. That's an important topic, being able to kind of like just think about good stuff and what you can control. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's the stoic mindset, I think, has been very helpful for me, especially going through trauma and difficult times. And it's just that thing of all we can control is ourselves. Life goes up and down, and that's fine. And in mindfulness, there's quite a good analogy, which is, you're surfing in the sea. You can't control the waves. You can't make the sea flat. You can't make it more wavy. All you can control is yourself, and you go and you breathe and you go up and down with the sea, and then you can surf, rather than trying to rail against it and try and control something that is uncontrollable.
That's a good analogy.
Thank you.
Did you make it?
No, unfortunately not. It's quite a common analogy in mindfulness practice. So when I did mindfulness training, but it's something that's I found very, very helpful. So don't control the sea, just go with it.
Okay. Wow, that's really good, man.
Thank you.
You pull it out of speaking engagement. You're like an expert. I was like, whoa, I've been here. Wow, that's crazy. Never heard that before.
Well, I'm glad it's connected with you, and hopefully it's something you can easily pull to mind in maybe a little troubled times.
Oh, yeah. Or when I'm talking
there we go.
in videos, so thanks so much once again for your time. Really appreciate getting to know you better. Thanks a lot.
It's been lovely getting to know you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and for those watching, we just hope that you find this valuable. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as we enjoyed creating it. Go join that group, and please feel free to hit the share button so other people can get some great value as well. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. We're done recording in 3 and 2 and 1 and